He was probably the most prolific songwriter of his generation. Rabbits and other rodents are prolific, having a lot of babies. Adjective, producing a great number or amount of something. He was probably the most prolific songwriter of his generation. Examples of prolific. It was realized that calculations based on self portraits favor the social representation of the most prolific artists, who maybe were those with the greatest egos. He is the most prolific child in the study as far as sheer number of utterances is concerned, 30% of the corpus. Oviposition continues over several weeks and is most prolific in sunny weather. Advertisements and product packaging are a prolific source of catchphrases, which are themselves often set in quotation marks. The past decades have moreover been especially prolific in generating new theoretical perspectives which may now often coexist with older ones. She specifically mentions the Markov's O and well, which incidentally and very prolific in data. Fish remains should be prolific in all excavated samples from habitation areas if pollution is implemented. In this early period, those directly concerned with controversies over labor employers and the state were the most prolific laborers of labor issues. We live in times when the prolific itself seems suspect, when the notion is common that quantity somehow precludes quality. It has even been argued that of the two creative forces, cultural evolution has been the most more prolific in the production of innovations. These are prolific in the early stage of the design process, where initial conditions and goals are not completely defined. This prolific two-way process controlled by context-dependent concepts or criteria applied to give meaning to the emergent displays. The use of military metaphors to describe the importance and difficulties of their task is most prolific among the first and fourth of these groups. This prolific woman was moreover only the first wife of the children's father. Simultaneously, he pursued a third career, that of a prolific historian. Thank you.